With us getting the season finale of It Welcome to Derry, did the show deliver? Let's talk about it. Hey, great to have you here. So today we'll be discussing both the 8th episode of It Welcome to Derry as well as the season as a whole. I'll walk through and share some of my thoughts on the major moments from the finale that either worked or didn't work for me, and then give an episode rating as well as an overall season score. So I thought the opening moment with the kids in the gym was great. Pennywise was terrifying as he rips off the principal's head, and that scene overall was just effective at setting up the episode's direction with these kids being captured. I still don't really get why Pennywise doesn't just escape from the circle now that it's open, or make sure the last shard can't be replaced, but I guess we'll just accept that as him being arrogant. We get some scenes of Lily, Ronnie, and Marge driving this milk truck, which was fun, but it was also convenient that the Will poster landed on them. And also, despite it snowing, nobody at all is freezing. And we get another great moment like we've had all season with Leroy and Halloran together, as Leroy tries to convince Halloran to help him save his son. They then head to Rose's house, where all the main adult cast put together this plan to find the shard that Daniel had dropped in the sewers. And I mentioned this in my last review, but it seems pretty obvious that this was the direction they were going to take things with the story, since we know Pennywise remains in Derry for the next 27 years. Rose winds up giving Halloran some tea, which helps him realize that Lily has the shard, so the adult squad rushes over to the girls. And meanwhile, the girls are being corrupted by the shard as if it's like the One Ring from Lord of the Rings. The three girls ultimately do locate Will and the rest of the kidnapped children, and then Pennywise pops out and is about to eat Marge until Halloran somehow freezes Pennywise in this past memory scene. And this whole final stand with all of our cast here I felt was a little bit weak. In some ways I felt like it played out like a low budget movie. And we also get a time travel tease with Pennywise knowing about Marge's future kid, so we'll see what may come of that with follow-up seasons or movies. And then we have the adults all just show up and save the kids, who are somehow all fine despite just dropping midair from like 1 to 2 stories. They all then try to leave and put the shard back in its place, but the military, led by Shaw, show up, wind up killing Daniel and also shooting Leroy. And we have Shaw go over to Pennywise as he's set free, and of course Pennywise then eats Shaw. So I don't really get the value of Shaw and Rose's relationship since he just turned into a bad guy. I don't really feel like we got any payoff there. I also didn't really get how Leroy is able to fend off Pennywise here with a gun. I would have thought Pennywise would have been unaffected by bullets if he's this weapon that the military are wanting to release. So then we have the 4 kids, the 3 girls, and Will go to put the shard back in its place. And then Rich from the afterlife gives his heartfelt moment where he runs by and like gives Pennywise the finger as he winds up helping put that shard back in place with the other kids. Obviously this saves the day, and Pennywise does a bunch of shape-shifting to monsters from the season, which I thought was pretty well done, before fleeing the scene and presumably sleeping for another 27 years. Then they wind up giving Rich a funeral, which was fine. We have his parents being upset here, but I don't think we've ever really met them throughout the season. And the kids get together one last time and kind of tease once again at this time travel concept for Pennywise. We also get a fun Easter egg of Halloran taking off to a hotel, aka setting up his role at the Overlook Hotel from The Shining. We have Will and Ronnie each say goodbye to each other, but then the Hanlons decide not to leave and instead take Rose's house that she's just giving away to them since she can't stand being there without Daniel. And I do think that some of this felt a little bit too cleanly wrapped up in a bow. We then conclude with Ingrid in this mental hospital, and then us advancing to 1988, and we get another fun Easter egg here of seeing Beverly from the It movies. So now for an overall rating here, episode 8 of It Welcome to Derry, the finale, gets a positive rating, but once again isn't perfect. And for the overall first season of Welcome to Derry, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give the show a 7 out of 10. It was an above average to good experience. Prequels a lot of times can be hit or miss for me. Bill Skarsgård once again though delivers as Pennywise, and the other scares were mostly effective, despite some questionable CGI at times. The human characters I was a little bit mixed on. Leroy Hanlon and Dick Halloran were the standout performers for me. The kids overall I liked a little bit less, but they worked a little bit better as the show went on. To me, they were definitely a step down though from the Losers Club, and I'm not sure we really needed that first episode shock value theater introduction. But hey, those are just my thoughts. What'd you think? What parts did you like or dislike? And what do you hope to see in season 2 as we go back another 27 years? Share all your thoughts on this show and the universe down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you again soon.